Alright, it's time for the end behavior homework. So on each of these, you're identifying domain, range, and the end behavior as x goes left and right. That's negative infinity, positive infinity, and then the x-intercept, y-intercept, and then is it increasing or decreasing. So each of these is really quick if you know what it stands for. So I'm going to talk about what they all stand for, and then I'll answer all of them really quick. So domain, that's the possible x values. You list it as an interval. If the x values go to infinity, you're going to write that down, or negative infinity, okay? Real quick, all the domains for these are from negative infinity to positive infinity. That's because the graphs continue on forever and ever, both left and right. And so the domain for all of these is going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. The range is the possible y values. Again, if it keeps going down forever and ever, it's going to go from negative infinity and then up. If it continues to go up forever, then it's going to go up to positive infinity. On the end behavior, when you're listing it, read what it says, and it says as x goes to negative infinity. So look, go on your graph and then trace along it left. If it goes up to positive infinity, then you're going to put positive infinity. If it goes down to negative infinity, then you write down negative infinity. If it just goes to a certain number, you're going to write that number down. And the same for that one, except you go right on your graph. The x-intercept is the point at which it crosses the x-axis. Y-intercept is the point where it crosses the y-axis. And then increasing or decreasing is if it is going up as you go right or going down as you go right. Okay? This first one, like I said, all the domains are from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, again, is also from negative infinity to positive infinity because the line goes up and down in both directions. The end behavior as you go left is it's positive infinity because it's going up. The end behavior as x goes to positive infinity is negative infinity because the graph is going down as you move right. The x-intercept is right there, which is the point negative 1, 0. And then the y-intercept's right down there, which is about 0, negative 3. And then this guy here is it's decreasing, okay, because it's going down. Number 2, again, domain, negative infinity to positive infinity. The range also goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. You guys, it doesn't matter if it's increasing or decreasing. It's just a matter like what's the lowest point to the highest point. That's the range, okay? And then here you'll be writing as x goes to negative infinity. Y goes to, in this case, negative infinity because it's going down as you go left. This one's going to be infinity because it goes up as you go right. Be positive infinity. The x-intercept is over here. You're going to have to just make your best guess at it. I think it's 1.5, 0. And then the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, which is at about negative 4. And this one is increasing. Moving over to 3. Again, from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range also from negative infinity to positive infinity because it takes on all possible y values. As x goes to negative infinity, y is going to go to positive infinity because it's going up as you move left. As you move right, the y goes down, so it's going to be negative infinity for that. The x-intercept is looking like over here at 6, so 6, 0, the point. And then the y-intercept is looking like 3, so 0, 3 is your y-intercept, and this graph is going down, so it's decreasing. For the domain, alright, it's just this line here, it's really hard to see, because it's a bad copy. But it's that line right there. The domain, again, from negative infinity to positive infinity, it takes on all possible x values, but only takes on a single y value, and that's 5. So if you only got one thing, you put it in curly brackets. As x goes to negative infinity, your graph goes to, the y value goes to 5. Alright, because it's always 5. Y is always 5 on this one. So on the end behaviors, you're just going to put y goes to 5. Okay, x-intercept, it doesn't have one, so I'm going to put none. The y-intercept is going to be the 0.05. And this graph is not increasing or decreasing, so I'm going to put neither. On 5, this one, again, the domain from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, this range isn't from negative infinity to positive infinity this time because it does not go below this line here, the line 1, or y equals 1. And so I'm going to go, the range is going to go from 1, from 1 to positive infinity. And behavior, we're going to have to look at this a little bit closely. As x goes to negative infinity, so as I go left along my curve, the y value is going to go to that 1. And then as x goes to positive infinity, the graph is increasing dramatically, so it's going to go to positive infinity. The x-intercept doesn't exist, so it's not there. The y-intercept looks like it's crossing at 0, 2, that point there. And this one is increasing. Number 6, again, domain from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, this time it doesn't keep going down. It goes down until it reaches that y value there, which is 3. And so the range goes from 3 up. So it's going to go 3 to positive infinity. And behavior, as x goes left or to negative infinity, y is going to go to infinity because it's going up as you move left. As x goes right, as you move right along your graph, the function value goes to that 3, okay, because it doesn't go below the line there. X-intercept doesn't exist. Y-intercept looks like it's crossing there at 0, 4. And this one is decreasing because it's going down. On 7, again, domains negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, it goes from negative infinity because it keeps going down here all the way up to looks like 4. So I'm going to go from negative infinity to 4 and stop there. As x goes to negative infinity, y is going to go to 4 because we saw that just going there and stops. And as you move right, as x goes to positive infinity, it's going down, and so my y is going to negative infinity. The x-intercept looks like there at 1, 0, point there, and the y-intercept looks like it's crossing at 3, so it's going to be 0.03, and this graph is decreasing. The number 8, again, domain going from negative infinity to positive infinity, because all possible x values can be plugged into the function. The range goes from negative infinity up to negative 2, because it comes down, it goes down and goes up to 2 and doesn't cross it. Alright, as x goes left, as you move left along our graph here, we're going to go down sharply, down to negative infinity. So x is going to y is going to negative infinity. As x goes to positive infinity, y is going to go to that number there, which is negative 2, that line there. The x-intercept doesn't exist, it doesn't cross, and the y-intercept looks like it's crossing at negative 3, so 0, negative 3. And this graph is increasing because it's going up. On number 9, again, domain, negative infinity to positive infinity. Range, well, it looks like the lowest y value here is down at negative infinity, and it goes all the way up to positive 2 and stops. So, negative infinity, comma 2. Put that, I should do more of a square bracket there. Oops. Okay. On this, look at has x goes left, so as you're going left along it towards negative infinity for the x, y is going to go to 2. As x goes to positive infinity, so moving right, y is going to go to negative infinity because it's decreasing there. And I'm going to answer that right now because it's decreasing. X-intercept looks like it's crossing right at the origin, so both the x and the y-intercept are at the point 0, 0. And we only got these last 3. Alright, 10, negative infinity to positive infinity. The range goes from negative 4 to positive infinity. Because it's starting here at negative 4 and shoots up towards positive infinity. So as you move left along our curve, y is going to go to negative 4, and as you move right towards positive infinity for x, y is going to go to positive infinity. This graph here looks like it's crossing right there at 5, so that'd be the point 50 for our x-intercept. The y-intercept, hold on, let me redo that, 0, 5, 0. The y-intercept is over there, it looks like -4, so 0, -4 is the point. And this guy's increasing on 11, again, -infinity, +infinity. For the range, it starts down here, being the lowest value at -5, and then it goes all the way up to +infinity. So I'm going to put -5, +infinity. As you move left along your curve, as x goes to -infinity, y is going to go to +infinity. As you move x right towards +infinity, the y value is going to go to that minimum value there, which is -5. The x intercept looks like it's crossing there at like -5.5 about. So it's -5.50. The y-intercept right there is looking like -5. So I'm going to put that there, whoops, 0, -5. And this graph is decreasing. Only one last one, 12. -infinity to +infinity for the domain. The range, it stops here at 0, so that's as far down as it goes, 0. And it increases forever, so the range is going to go up to +infinity. As I move left along my curve, my y-intercept goes to 0. And as I move right along my graph, it shoots up to +infinity. The x-intercept, since it doesn't cross, is not going to be there. And then the y-intercept looks like right there, just at the point 0, 1. And that's going to be it, and it increases. Ta-da! Homework.